Hi guys, I hope your day is going well. Okay, I hope you're doing good. All right, so in this video, I want to talk about payment gateways or processors for that you can use for dropshipping. Okay, when you live in Nigeria, so when you're based in Nigeria, as um, you know, doing Western dropshipping, so doing global dropshipping from Nigeria is different from if you're living in the Western countries. So if you're living in UK, US, for example, you have more options for things. Stripe is available to you, Shopify Payments, etc. When you are doing it from Nigeria, you're limited a bit, especially in the payment processor side. Okay, nevertheless, we still have good payment processors or payment gateways you can use as long as you know how to use them. Okay, very key thing. Um, this is for dropshipping. This is for e-commerce. So when I talk about dropshipping, guys, I'm talking about dropshipping where you sell products from suppliers and you sell to customers living in the US, UK, Australia, Europe, Ireland, New Zealand, Canada, etc. Right, like in the Western countries. Um, that is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about dropshipping in Nigeria, like you're selling to Nigerian customers. That is not what I'm talking about. Now, um, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through um, the range of dropshipping, the range of payment gateways or processors that you have available to yourself as a Nigerian starting a dropshipping business. Okay, but before I do that, let me quickly touch on how the month of June went for us. It was very good. $82,000 in revenue generated. Our best product made $55,000. Profit here was 30% of this. That is what went into my pocket. That is how much I earned from this. Remember, guys, you don't earn your $82,000 is not what I earned. I didn't. $82,000 did not go into my pocket. That is my revenue. There are other costs. There are other costs that comes into place. Advertising cost, cost of products and stuff that comes into place. And that is what and after that, after the deduction of that, the profit is what goes into my pocket. Now let me show you the cost of advertising, cost of this, how much we spent. um, okay, for some reason it's not loading, but the cost of this wasn't that much. Let me see if I can add it. Where is it? um, Anyways, let's move on. So revenue, $82,000 was generated the month of June. 30% of that was profit. If you want to have an understanding of the cost, check our previous videos. The one we did a breakdown of May, right? What we made in May and how much it cost us for advertising, and talked about our product cost and how much we made. Check that video and use the cost was kind of like similar to it in this month. In that month, we actually had a high conversion rate of 8.5%. This month, we had 4.2%, which is still good, by the way. It's still good. It's still above industrial standard. Um, Industrial standard of 2.5 to 3%. Okay. All right. Now let's get into the topic of the video. The first thing first, let me talk about our native payment gateway or payment processor. Now, Flutterwave. Um, some people know that the top competitor of Flutterwave is Paystack. Guys, you can't use Paystack for dropshipping. Absolutely not. You know, First of all, you have to have a Zenith Bank account to be able to even Zenith Bank domiciliary account to be able to do that. Now, the problem is that you need to have when you go to the banks, they will tell you that you need $1,500 or $1,000, okay, to be able to open a dumb account. Um, yeah, it's just mad. Nigeria is crazy sometimes. So I prefer, when it comes I prefer Flutterwave. If you are using a Nigerian native, um, payment gateway or payment processor. They are a global company, but they started from Nigeria, right? So this is our payment gateway. Let's claim it. Okay, Flutterwave. Um, People face problems with Flutterwave, and it's due to them not understanding the whole concept around 3DS. So if you notice, if you have Flutterwave installed on your dropshipping website, and customers come, usually everybody's targeting America, okay, and your customers from America come into your website to make payments for products that they have seen, so product you're selling, and they're getting errors, right? And the error would normally be something like, hey, your card is not 3DS secured, contact your bank, or use another card that is 3DS secured and 3D secured, right? So three-dimensional secured means that um, you basically have 2FA, two-factor authentication. You also have verification elements, security systems in there, things like matching the billing address to the delivery address, or matching the geolocation of where the shopper is at, at that present time, to the billing address of the card, or the city of the card. So for example, if you have a Nigerian dollar card and you are in Shanghai, China, and you're ordering from ASOS, okay, and the 3DS secured network system is going to flag that and say, okay, we need to verify this more, because you're in China, but this card is registered in Lagos, Nigeria. All right, that's the billing address. Um, Let us verify this more. So what they do is that they can either send you an OTP, so a 6-digit code to your phone number or to your email address, for example, right? And in that way they can confirm that you are the person, like the card owner is the person trying to make the transaction. It's just a way to reduce fraud, all right, or prevent fraud. Okay. Or they could add, okay, if you don't have OTP initiated, they could do things like security questions. So they could ask a security questions like, um, the maiden name of your mother, or the street, the street you grew up in as a child. I think security questions like that you already provided the answer earlier on. So in that way, they can verify that the person making the transaction is the owner of the card. All right, these system is called 3DS. As of last year, or last 2 years, a newer system that is more seamless came out, called 3DS2. Okay, I'm going to talk about this more in depth in a different video, but I just want to explain to you guys, people that are having problems with Flutterwave, I want to explain to you guys, why you're having problems, and what you should, maybe give you a hint of what you should do. I'm not going to go in depth, guys. If you want to get if you want to get real value from us, or solutions to this, join our Dynamics training program, guys. It is the most valuable training program on dropshipping or e-commerce in Nigeria, or in Africa, I would say. Now, so a newer version came out called 3DS2, which is more seamless. More. It doesn't ask everybody to go through verification process. Once if it confirms that, okay, this is the owner of the card making the transaction, it doesn't, like, you don't have to go through a verification process. Okay, everything's smooth. You just it processes your payment. Um, the only time where you go through a verification is if you know the things I mentioned in the past. If it can't confirm that you are the person making the transaction, that means the card owner is the person making the transaction, then extra verification occurs. So that is the 3DS2. Now, the 3DS2, I don't know if to say this part, because this, you can get this value if you join our Dynamics training program. um Anyways, the reason why you're having the problems you're having in Flutterwave is because of the markets that you're targeting, to America, Canada, Australia. Um, yeah, basically that's the reason. If you target other markets, you might have a better, um, a better experience. you might have less failed transactions. And there are countries that I know that have mandated 3DS 2 or 3DS as a compulsory thing. All right, so those countries, is going to work well. Um, that is all I'm going to say about that, guys. If you really want to understand what to do with Flutterwave and how to use Flutterwave for your dropshipping business and make money and ensure that you have less, like, extremely reduced um, failure rate when it comes to customers trying to order from your Shopify or BigCommerce or WordPress or Wix site using Flutterwave as a payment gateway. Join our Dynamics training program. That is where you get the real value, because we reveal is in-depth videos, advanced tutorial guides. Um, yeah, you get maximum value. Okay, so let's move on. So Flutterwave is an option for you to actually use to process, dollar payment or pounds payment or euro payment from your customers. So the customers you're targeting. Um, and it is available on Shopify. I have heard people say, "Oh, they can't find it on Shopify." Guys, you're not adding it the right way. Okay, if you just go to payment methods or payment methods, um, or payment gateways in Shopify, you're not going to find it in their third party providers. And the way you connect this is connect Flutterwave to your store is through the Shopify App Store. So let me show you what I mean. All right, guys. For those struggling to add, if you're struggling to find Flutterwave in your Shopify, okay, to add Flutterwave to your Shopify account or Shopify website, um, there's a very clear instruction from Flutterwave on how to do it. Okay, go to the App Store, guys. So go to the App Store, Shopify App Store. Okay, and you will find Flutterwave there. It's there. Use this link. I'm going to paste this link, okay, in the description box of this YouTube video, um, so you can actually see it. So if you're having problems on how to add Flutterwave, okay, to your Shopify, do it like this. So use this link to be able to do that. So all you need to do is go here, add the app, go back to your Shopify, and install the app. I think, yeah, install the app to your Shopify account, and then go to your Shopify Flutterwave account and take out your secret keys and your public keys, I think, and add it to follow the instructions of what they tell you there. But they're going to ask you for your secret key and your public key. Add those two things and connect your account to your Shopify. Connect your Flutterwave account to your Shopify. Okay, and that is basically how you get it done. All right. Um, that is done with Flutterwave. Now let's move. That is all with Flutterwave. Now let's move to the next one, Stripe. We also use Stripe. Okay. Now the problem, which is the 3DS problem, which you would normally face with Flutterwave, you wouldn't face it with Stripe. All right. But the thing about Stripe is that Stripe is not available to Nigerians just like that. Um, to use Stripe, you have to register your account with you have no not register account. Sorry, you have to register a U.S. company. You have to get an LLC, right? Um, and then you have to get a U.S. bank account from a trusted, reputable, traditional bank. All right, so online bank, just it's not. You're not really. They're not going. They have to get a checking account that is active, because that is how they deposit money to you. So you need a U.S. bank account, um, and this additionally, I would suggest you to have a U.S. representative, right? So it's going to cost you close to $1,000 to set all this up, right? That is why most Nigerians don't have $1,000 for this, to do this. So it is much more difficult for them to have Stripe. Well, if you have the budget, if you have the money, let us help you out, guys. Let us help you set up your Stripe. Contact us, and we can actually help you out with that. Um, anyways, Yeah, that I mean that's about it for Stripe, guys. Once you add Stripe to your Shopify account, is seamless from there, guys. They process all the payments. Your the acceptance rate or the approval rate is extremely high. Failure rate is very low. Um, yeah, that's about it. So they have a program. They themselves have a program called Stripe Atlas, in which they themselves could actually help you, register a company in Delaware, the state of Delaware in the U.S. Um, Basically, you form a legal entity. You talk to your founders. They can activate your Stripe account to start accepting payments from customers, so that you can get your Stripe account and all that stuff. So incorporate your company, stock issue to founders, purchase your shares and all that. Open a bank account, a US bank account, um, and get your Stripe account and all that. So, you can use the Stripe Atlas program. I believe it costs $600 or so. But again, I said to you, like I said, I advise you guys to also get a US representative. There's a way to do it. Join our Dynamics training program, then ask us, so we can be able to help you out with that. So you have no problems, okay? Because it's not guaranteed. Remember that your business has to be accepted as well. The product you're selling has to be accepted as well and approved by Stripe. Um, so I mean, it's not just okay, doing all those things, getting a company, getting a bank account, getting a Stripe account that matters. They can approve your Stripe account, and after 1 month they could ban it, right? And you can't do anything because you're not in the US. This is where having a US representative comes into place, because they are in a better position to advocate for your business than you yourself, you just being here in Nigeria. All right. So now let's move to the next one. Let's go to DPO Pay. So it's a Kenyan company, but they have a subsidiary in Nigeria, and they allow Nigerians to use that platform to collect payments internationally or globally. You know, reach global markets with a single integration to our secure payment platform, flexible enough to suit your your specific business needs. Okay, with DPO Pay, you can collect online payments from shoppers in Nigeria and internationally, while getting paid in Naira, USD, GBP, or any other currency of your choice. Okay, so you can actually use DPO Pay. They also have an app in Shopify, just the same way, just the same like Flutterwave. They also have an app in which you can add the app and connect to your Shopify account. Um, let's see. So you can also, so this is also an option if you don't want to go to the expensive process of getting Stripe and all that. You can also use these guys. You can use DPO Pay. The third option is Faster Pay. So this is a UK company. They allow Nigerians to use their platform to process payments. Now, they are very sensitive. So one small problem or small hint, they have put a hold on your account. So it's far more, it's far more. It is far more problematic to use them, but they are an option. They are an option. If you want to use them, you can. I'm just giving you a heads up. You might face some problems. Your payouts might get delayed. They might put a hold on your account, and they might keep asking you for verification every single time you want to withdraw money from your account. So that would be your experience from a Nigerian perspective. Trying to use their platform, but don't sleep on them, because I think they might improve. It's a new business, so it's a new platform, so they might actually improve in the future. Maybe 2 years from now, they might get better, get more comfortable with Nigerians and stuff. So that's it for that. Now, there's one more platform which I love the most. It's very sweet, but join our Dynamics training program, guys, and we might reveal that platform to you guys. Um, we at the moment we only reveal that platform to members that have um, they have good records, without sales. And the reason we do that, we're protecting the platform because it's not readily known by Nigerians, and I don't want Nigerians to get, some Nigerians could get very ignorant, right? And you just because you think you would just want to go start up a dropshipping business, and before you know, you're giving Nigeria a bad reputation, and now the platform will consider blocking future Nigerians from signing up. So we are protecting this information because we don't want, yeah, before before credible Nigerians have started using the platform, i- Nigerians are already blocked from it because of bad experiences with ignorant Nigerians that don't have enough knowledge on how to run a dropshipping business, and they've gone down there and messed up the reputation of Nigerians for everybody. Okay, so we only introduce the platform to like trusted members or clients, um, and usually when clients have proven, you know, have a track record from Flutterwave, for example, then we're like, hey, there's a better platform you can use that, it's not 3DS mandated. You can use them for, and your approval rate is high in terms of your transactions and all that. So, but there's a platform. A platform exists just like Stripe. Okay, let me put it out there. A platform similar to Stripe exists that accepts Nigerians, and you can use it seamlessly. Okay, no problems. So that is going to be all for this video. But before I end it, let me touch a bit about Shopify payments, because I keep getting questions about Shopify payments. So let me touch a bit about it. Let's go to eligibility. So this is Shopify payments, guys. Um, this is the native payment on Shopify. This is their payment medium. Okay, if you live in the Western countries, you won't have any problem. You can, basically open a Shopify store today and start making money today, because it is the simplest way to accept payments online when you are using Shopify. It eliminates the hassle of setting up a third party payment provider or merchant account, okay, and having to enter the credentials into your Shopify. With Shopify payments, you're automatically set up to accept all major payment methods as soon as you create your Shopify store. Now, the problem is that this is not available to Nigerians. They have about 23, if I'm correct, countries that they support. Okay, 23 countries that they support. They also have their eligibility requirements. Now, just you know, um, as you do in Stripe, okay, which is uh, you know go open a US account and have a US bank account and all that stuff. You can't use that technique for Shopify payment. You can't use it. And the reason is that they require an SSN or SIN, or in the UK it is more like a what was it called again? Is he yeah, I don't know what it's called again. I can't remember. Insurance number or something like that. Um, so they require those identity numbers, um, for you to actually use the platform. So just by having a US bank account or US company, it doesn't make you eligible to use them, because they would end up asking you for, okay, give us your SSN, all right, or your SIN. That is how they know, if you are basically, you have to be physically in the US and have a SSN to be able to use Shopify. All right. So we have even seen situations where people manage to get SSN or SIN from maybe somebody they know in the US, and Shopify payments will still require proof that you are in the US, or you are in Canada, or you are in the UK physically, right? Because they track it. They could track your IP address to know where you are located. So it doesn't work, guys. Forget about Shopify payments. As a Nigerian living in Nigeria, forget about it. Now, if you live in the UK, USA, use them the best. If you use Shopify, use them. If you use BigCommerce, WordPress, then use Stripe. Okay. All right. So supported countries. Which countries do they support? So these are the countries they support. Like I said, very few as compared to Stripe. They support very few countries, uh, usually Europe and America, North American countries, and then Australia and I believe New Zealand. Yeah, all right. So they play it safe. They play it safe. All right. Um, Eligibility, right? So your business is located in a supported country. Your business type and products aren't prohibited. Okay, you comply with all applicable laws, regulations, and etc. And the last part that they don't add is the fact that you need an SSN or SIN or the UK version of insurance number to be able to use their platform. Okay, that is about it for this video. I hope this video answers the question of what payment gateway do you use or what payment gateway what should I use and blah blah blah, guys. I've mentioned close to like about four payment gateways in this video that you can use, and I've gone in depth to explain how to use them. Hopefully, if you wanna ask us questions, you wanna get more um, experienced view on things, join our training program, guys, Dynamix, or use our service, maybe our expert support service. Any of those would actually provide you with extreme value. Okay. um, yeah, and you can get started with your dropshipping business. Some people are actually hooked, but they're stuck because they don't know what payment processor to use. And some people might be having Flutterwave, might have Flutterwave, and are using Flutterwave, but they are struggling because their transaction failure rate is pretty high. And again, I can't reveal that information because it is top value, for people that are in our dynamics training program. If you want that information, join our dynamics training. You have to be there because I don't know where you're getting your information from. Who is giving you, this is a point of view from a Nigerian perspective. The white guys that you're watching, they are from, they are from the West. That they don't understand your situation, your problems, your view, the struggles you face as a Nigerian trying to build a global dropshipping business. They don't get that. All right. But we give you that. We provide you with that. Okay, because again, we are in the game. We are running dropshipping business from Nigeria, in Nigeria. All right. So we can give you first hand um, views on how to do that yourself. Okay. That is going to be the end of this video, guys. Have a nice day.